So according to a Harvard study, an 80-year-old Harvard study, the most important thing about aging successfully and being healthy in our older age is actually happiness and relationships, so finding joy. So what they found is that people who had satisfying relationships in their 50s, that correlated most to the healthiest response in their 80s. So it really didn't matter what their cholesterol levels were, but if they were satisfied with their relationships, they had more health benefits when they were 80. They were healthier in their 80s. So this grand study was out of Harvard Medical School. It followed 450 disadvantaged and non-delinquent inner city youth who grew up in Boston neighborhoods between 1940 and 1945. And all the subjects were male and they were of American nationality. It was a 75-year longitudinal study. And they found that the warmth of relationships throughout life has the greatest positive impact on life satisfaction. They also found that people who had warm relationships with their mothers earned more money when they were older, but that even if you didn't have a good relationship with your parents weren't loving, you still were able to, through your own self-worth and self-love and self-efficacy, and forming a good relationship with yourself and through other people, earn more money and have that satisfaction later in life. So yes, your environment and your genes had an impact, but the most important thing was your own ability to find your own joy in yourself and in others. So happiness really is love. Talking about love and how to connect to our hearts more and live more from our heart space, because this is going to bring us more health, more longevity, and more happiness. So I want to talk a little bit about intuition, and that kind of comes from the heart. So heart thinking is much different than mind thinking. And the heart has over 44,000 neurites, and neurites are like neurons in the brain. So neurites can learn and remember and send these feelings and intuition to both the brain and the body. So the heart can communicate to the brain and the body. And the heart is like a portal of intuition. So because our initial intuition comes into our heart, we want to learn how to connect to our hearts more. And the heart language differs very greatly from mind language. So I know for myself, I can get really caught up in my head and my thoughts and my brain, overthinking, thinking, really getting stuck in there. And it can be hard to get out unless I get back into my body. And I found that movement, especially yoga, especially doing yoga where I'm listening to music and I feel really inspired, especially yoga with other people, that helps me to connect to my heart, get more into my heart. And then I hear the language and the intuition from my heart, which a lot of times is very different from that noise that's going on in my head that's saying, do this, do that, do this, do that, do it this way, do it that way. And when I slow down and I get into my body and I get into my heart and I feel joy again, then it speaks to me, no, this is what you love. This is what you love. Try it this way. And it's a softer, it's not forceful, it's a softer kind of intuition thing. So I thought that was really interesting about the heart and about just connecting to your heart more to get into your intuition. All of the neurites are neurons. So neurites are like neurons in your brain. They're in your heart and they can feel and they can connect to your brain and your body. That's really the portal of your intuition. Many religions, they always talk about the heart being the center of the body, and it originated out that way. They thought the heart was more important than the brain, and then they discovered how amazing the brain was, but really you want both of them to communicate to each other and be in flow and be in sync. And one of the best ways to do that is, again, to get into your body. So just want to reiterate, it doesn't matter what your genes are, what kind of environment or family life you grew up in, if it was positive or negative. Yes, that all of that is going to have an impact on how you are, but you ultimately choose how you want to believe, the attitudes you want to take. It might be a little more work for you, but there's also benefits from coming from a place of uncomfortableness to going, you know more of what you want, you're more appreciative, you find more joy when you do get there. So I just want to keep encouraging everybody to keep finding joy in whatever things come up for them, and that finding joy in yourself and also your relationships, that's the biggest indicator to having good health when you're in your 80s. Anyway, that's what this longitudinal study is finding. Of course, diet, of course, exercise, of course, your blood lipid profile is going to have an impact. But what they're finding in this longitudinal study is that the thing that has the most impact is actually how you feel, how satisfied you feel in your life, how satisfied you feel with your relationships. And that's really just a choice. People are going to change all the time outside of you, around you. But if you choose to see the good in people, if you choose to spend your time with those people that you love, that light you up inside, that make you feel amazing, if you choose to make choices that lead to a steadier, calmer life for yourself and not all those highs and ups and downs, if you choose to take a steadier path, find homeostasis. Find homeostasis in your body. Find that balance. Your body is naturally loving and joyful. Your mind, your body, your spirit, you are love. So you will make more money, you will be happier, you will be healthier if you can find joy in yourself right now. And it doesn't matter what your past was, it doesn't matter what you think your future is going to be. What really matters is how you feel in this present moment, and keep choosing those positive thoughts. And yes, some days are definitely easier than others. Some days are quite difficult. And in those days, you just let it go. You say, oh, well, it's okay. You know that the trajectory is going to go up and down, but ultimately everything is getting better. Everything is going up. Everything gets better and better and better. And if you believe that, it's more likely to be a truth for you. It's more likely to be something that keeps showing up in your life. So your thoughts are powerful, but even more powerful than your thoughts is your feelings about things in your heart. So if you're a strong feeler, use that to your advantage to feel wonderful about the amazing little tiny joys in your life. Find those little joy dots, as my teacher Kathleen De Maison talks about, those little joy dots in your life that spark you up. Maybe it's the way that the clouds and the sun looks in the morning light. Maybe it's seeing a dog carrying a stick in its mouth and it just brings you joy. It's those little things. Start tuning into those little things that you can find everywhere and anywhere. No matter who you are, you can do it. I have faith. I believe in you. All right? So the heart is powerful. Feeling satisfied and happy and joyful is powerful. Remember that. Joy is your key. Joy is your secret to life. In addition to movement and healthy eating. I got to throw that in there because that's what I'm all about is, well, I'm not all about that, but I really do believe that you can feel even better when you eat well and you move well. Or at least eat foods that you enjoy. I personally like to eat healthy foods. If you enjoy eating whatever you like to eat, that brings you joy. That's the most important thing. So I guess the bottom line is really truly joy. Follow your heart, listen to your intuition, get more in touch with your body, move, sing, be joyful, be beautiful, be proud. Enjoy this beautiful body and life that you are living. Find those moments as often as you can, and it's going to set you on this trajectory higher and higher up. All right? That's all I got for today. Make it a great one. Choose your moments. Be proud, be happy, be alive, feel amazing. We'll talk to you next time. A more balanced homeopathy. What is it? Not homeopathic. If you choose to take a more like physiological homeostasis.